Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, Bobby Dodd Stadium and the home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. The Rambling Wreck is here, and these fans have been waiting since early in the day to get this one cranked up. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Yellow Jackets offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. There will be some clean, old-fashioned hate on display in this one, guys.
How cool is that, by the way? That's the name of the rivalry. It comes up, clean, old-fashioned hate. You think they like each other? Absolutely not. Bragging rights all through the state of Georgia.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are...
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollack, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for losses. He was picking off passes and taking them to the house. He was like the honey badger before the honey badger, but playing D-line. All-time.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. And stampeding through the defense. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Bulldogs offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
The Dogs picked up their hearts and stuffed them right back into their chest and pulled out a close one last time.
And definitely a lot of Georgia fans breathing a sigh of relief. A lot of success against the Yellow Jackets in this rivalry. They did not want to lose that one. Interesting to see now how the Yellow Jackets come out today.
The Bulldogs are in the hurry-up. They'll try to pick up the first. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Takes the easy completion. Thrust that arm out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 2nd down coming up. Trying play action. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Setting up the screen. At the 35, he's open. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. The freshman trying to take a shot, but put just a little too much on it. Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And the ball is picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business. And now the offense will come onto the field again. On the run, it's Washington. At the 35, he's got room. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another first down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the Dogs do.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the strong run on second down, 3rd down coming, and they do it again. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
Now remember, they were stopped on 4th down earlier in the first quarter, but they'll try it again. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. He's going to pass. Pulls it in. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The give to the back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Some misdirection with the counter. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter.
Brings up 3rd down.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Splits the uprights. Good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time David sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness. He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Looking for the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw, it's Acho. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. The Rambling Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. No, people forget Georgia Tech is a charter member of the SEC. That was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, that is picture-perfect cover zero. When I play cover zero, I'm bringing pressure, and that ball's going to come out. Look at the defense. Ready for that ball to come out of the quarterback's hand. Nice job breaking on the football and going and making the interception.
Wide receiver shows motion. From the shotgun, they'll run it. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Pratt. And he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? In this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
From the gun. Give on the inside. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. The receivers often will run their route based on the side adjustment. He slings it deep to the left. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. The aerial assault continues. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Let's see what they've got on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Defense makes the stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Really nice job there of the quarterback reading coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on third down, setting up first and goal.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Going up top on first down. Going to try to get it himself. He turns this into a nice game and gets down to avoid the hit. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's first and 10 for this offense from the 42. He wants to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Bradfield. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines. Be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Quarterback checking the play. He'll come out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Georgia.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for a man. It's Acho. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll go back to the air on second down. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
What great execution by this offense. It looked like you were about to go into the half trailing. Now, with this answer, this scoring drive, you got the lead, you got the momentum, taking it into halftime. Nice job by this offense executing that last drive.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, from Athens to Atlanta, there are some edgy folks and emotional fan bases in this always contentious battle between the Dogs and Yellow Jackets. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top praise moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling the coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He's looking to throw it. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Steps away. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got it, and they convert. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. He leaves it with his back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw. It's Acho. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Georgia.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll
hit the afterburners, kid. The 40, the 20, 10,
a second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, the racing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He's into the end zone again. A little icing on the cake for the two-point conversion after the long touchdown run. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
And the runner is down, and so is a flag. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on second down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route run. Really, really nice job of creating separation for his QB.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
On the return, it's Bradfield. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They go to the ground. Smashes through. He's finally brought down, but that freshman found some running room. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quick strike complete.
I love when they sneak the big fella out of the backfield. They're usually blocking so much. Nice job with a little play action, slide and give him the rock.
Power football with the run. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Unleashes one deep. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Fast motion from the offense. Off play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power, you just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They could really use a few yards here on third down, because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And some of these guys make it look so easy, but these are tight windows down here, man. There's not a lot of space in the field, and he drops back, knows exactly where he's going with the football, throws it in there, makes the play, and more importantly, now his team is in the lead in the fourth quarter.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The defense's head may still be spinning. They're just outside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 22. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Run in the red zone. It's Washington. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him 1 to the 14. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
3rd and short, I have no problem with RPO because I can run it or I can throw it if I see something opening. Maybe he should have ran that one. You got 2 downs possibly to still try to make it happen, but he definitely didn't throw an accurate ball.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. 1st down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Bradfield. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Finds the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you can see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the 1st down. And now it's 4th down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives, take those deep shots, make those big plays.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Touchdown, Dogs! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Georgia.
Love having a guy where the moment isn't too big, and this QB drops back. Nice job. Takes his time, sees the coverage, throws the football into the end zone. Guy makes the catch, and now they have the lead in the 4th quarter. Nice job by this quarterback.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. from the gun. They'll give it on the inside. Turns it on in midfield. Afterburners coming. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that pass intercepted. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30. Here comes the biggest drive for the defense. Desperate to get a stop. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the ground with the back. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Pivotal moment, perhaps even a decisive play coming on 3rd and 3. Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. After the miss, the lead is still 4. This is the biggest drive of the game, but the offense has to stay cool. No reason to panic. Then again, panicking is never a good idea, is it? Dumps it to the back. Complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's running in the open. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Discards a man. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it. Touch pass on the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They move on top here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this one.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come. These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time play.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do all the gassers and all the sprints. For moments like this, game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. Got him downfield. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. And the Yellow Jackets with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down. The offense comes out for what almost certainly will be its final drive late in the 4th quarter. He finds his man. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the 1st down. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the 1st.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. He'll take that completion.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one match.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You can tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Okay, 1-possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
You got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome for a full year. And this one is going...